Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story from Dorking Wanderers with me, Daniel. It's season 14, episode 2, and today, as promised last time out, we're back for our first two games of the Premier League season. We will go and get into those very quickly in a minute, as there's not much to talk about off the pitch, and that's because we covered it all last time out. So probably more than ever, if you did miss the last episode, I'll put a link to it at the top in the eye above. Please do go and catch up with it because it was a transfer special bonanza. It will not be topped in FM20. I'm almost certain of that on my channel. So please do make sure that you go and check out the transfer special to see just who came in, who left the club, and some of the big new players we're going to be playing for the first time today. It was a very eye-opening moment, so thank you to everyone that watched that and got involved down in the comments. And thank you also for your support with all the other content on the channel. If you are looking forward to another season with Dorking and a chance to hopefully try and push for Europe, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments where you think we're going to finish this year and how on earth we're going to get on. And subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content from both long-term stories. Thank you to those on Saturday who joined me for my first ever cup final in the head coach this year, as well as popping along for the stadium review series yesterday again. I do appreciate it all so much, and we'll be live again tomorrow, don't forget, 10 AM every Tuesday. We've got our live stream series with Burnley. It's the Youth Academy Challenge, and it's more than about FM. If you want to come and hang out, if you need to have a chat with someone, just come and get involved, because it really is a great community, and I've really enjoyed it greatly. So thank you for your support, and please do pop along if you're able to. Finally, I've been left with no choice but to plug this the last couple of weeks because the podcast channel has gone absolutely nuts. So thank you so much to everyone who's got involved. I'm now living the dream of interviewing professional footballers past and present every week, and it's something I never thought I'd be doing a few months ago. So thank you so much, and I hope we can continue to do it and continue to entertain. But let's go and get into this one. We have got two big games today. We did quickly look at the dynamics after the last episode and to see that things are pretty good despite the big upheaval over the summer. And that's because despite a lot of signings, the three team leaders and a lot of these highly influential players, in fact all of them apart from the last two, were here last season. So probably from here down is where we start to see most of the new boys. But otherwise, we can see why things are still looking good. So let's go and get straight into this game against City. It is a big one in the Premier League. We're sticking with our balanced mentality for now, but I may up it to positive. We'll wait and see as the season goes on. And I'm going to gradually bed in the new signings. So Yonton will eventually be first choice, as will Adowry, the number 10. And Pollock, once he's fit again, will be 2. But for now, they'll either be on the bench or missing out where injury is the case. We have got a few in the team though. So Mertens at centre-half, Afonso in goal, Mazzinho left-back. 3 new players in the first 11. We'll gradually introduce the rest as the year goes on. Baker's making his 3rd or 4th debut at the club, so we're not going to worry about him too much. And we're going to stick with largely the same tactic and judge it as the season goes on. One slight tactical tweak we're just making now. Mazzinho will go to an attacking fullback duty just like the left back. We did it until Krizek joined last summer and then went back. So we're going to stick with it this year, and this is the 11 we've gone for. Is Afonso, the new signing in goal. The whole left side of the defence is new as well. Mazzinho, Mertens, Baker and James the back 4. Pollock missing out due to injury of course. Boyce and Nunes continue in the middle, though we've adapted to a box-to-box midfield role. That's to settle for Yonton when he comes in. McLaughlin, Lima and Balic the attacking 3, and inside forward off the left, either him or Davilar for most of the year, though Aaron White is still on the bench if needed. And Coppens up front, the wonder kid striker. We'll be hoping we can get some goals out of him this year. Into the game we go. It's Dorking v City. Let's see how we get on in this one. We are live at Craven Cottage, our 4th new home ground of the series, a temporary one until we get our stadium upgraded, then hopefully that'll be it. So over on the left wing they've got the Barcelona wonder kid from real life, Fatty. They've also got Armeni at centre half, Louise in the middle, a few players from real life there, but otherwise a lot of good regens in attacking positions. They've got a new signing up front, a new signing in the middle, and plenty of quality across the pitch. Let's go and talk to the lads. Nick Haycock wants us to do it for the fans. That's what we'll say. And the first half is going to be a barometer of what's to come this season. So let's go and get into it. Can we shock Manchester City? Early doors then, just 3 minutes on the clock and Afonso's got a goal kick. Out to the right hand side, gives it straight away to Fathy. He cuts inside the fullback, beats a second, beats a third, shoots just wide. But that's not a good sign, is it? I know James isn't first choice and it's due to injury that he's playing. but the goal kick was a bit of a worry. This time he finds Ryan Lima though, that's better. Lima taking on the fullback, the wonder kid to the right byline. Into the box, Balic is there! Heads over the bar, it was a good chance. And the first good one of the match goes begging for Dorking. Well, it's fair to say I'm quite optimistic after that half of football. We saw no highlights after that header over the bar from Balic. But overall, it's been pretty even on the stats front, and that hasn't happened against a big side for some time. So against City, with a few of the first teamers not yet bedded in, that's a really impressive start. We've got a few more to bring off the bench later, so let's see if we're still level when that's the case. Here's Fathy on the left-hand side, certainly been the danger man for City, as Ramirez switches it to the right. Inside to Florentino Luis, back to Nogueira at centre-half. Switched again, here's Ramirez. Overlap on the left from Taylor. Chance to cross, there's 3 or 4 in there. This could be City's breakthrough, and oh God, how many times? Lewis James brings him down, a clear-cut penalty. We didn't need VAR there. And why on earth Lewis James felt the need to go in there, I don't know. And the sooner Pollock's fit, the better. Fathy takes the penalty. Oh, he saved it! Gabriel Afonso, on debut, is an absolute hero. And then James nearly dives in again. Thankfully, he blocks it behind, but he could have given away another one. Alfonso, already a hero. The ball's in the box. Baker heads away. Let's just make sure we see this out before we celebrate our new Brazilian wonder kid keeper. The offside flag is up. That is the highlight over. And we're straight back with Baker taking it. So Lewis James, giving away the penalty, but got away with it there. Now he's down the right, inside. Finds Boyce. Long ball over. Coppens chases, but it's cleared away by Armini. Only as far as Lewis James, though. He's headed it away to the left winger. He's been a danger man all game. You can't give it to him like that. And thankfully, he shoots straight at Afonso, who is a new hero already for Dorking Wanderers. 10 minutes into the second half now. We've got a throw-in in an advanced area, and it's found its way to Ryan Lima. Good tackle, but only back to Boyce. Edge of the box, no pressure. Beats 2 and puts it just wide. That was a really good chance. We're looking at an okay side here, you know. I'm not too worried about the season looking at this. We're into the final half an hour, and I will start making changes. They've got their Fatty, the left winger, on 5.7. He looks like he's had a really good game from our side. Is it just because he missed the penalty, perhaps? But either way, Ibai Nunes is going to be replaced. Jerome Yonton on for his debut. He's a right footer, but he didn't say he preferred either side. Ilya Balic on the left wing is going to be replaced by Aaron White, who's had a good record against City in the past and had a good season last year. And we'll leave it 5 more before we make the final change. But a really good start so far, and it's 0-0 despite seeing a penalty saved. Cole Boyce has picked up a knock. 20 minutes to go. We've got Ruben Santos on the bench, so that's not a disaster. He'll just drop in, literally like for like. Deep line playmaker on support. We thought about going more defensive, but we'll just leave it like that for now. 5 minutes left. City with a free kick. Into the back post. Oh, it's hit the bar. I thought we conceded, but the offside flag was up. I tell you what, I'm really impressed with this performance. We're into 5 minutes of stoppage time. We're going to demand more. And I know it's not great by our standards, but we're going to start time wasting. Because for me, a 0-0 draw against City, a perennial top 4 side, is a great result. So let's just try and keep that in the bank now. 5 minutes of stoppage time, can we hang on? It's City with a free kick right in a defensive area. Given away to Aaron White. Coppens nicks it, can it get better? McLaughlin on the edge, deflects and it just goes down to the keeper's left. But it took a bit of the pace off it. And he comfortably saves. Arias down to his left-hand side. Good goalkeeping from City. He's going to go for the long kick forward. We've demanded more, and it's headed away by Mertens. Great defensive work. Aaron White beats the midfielder to it. Goes alone into the box. What a save, Arias again. We've nearly nicked it last minute. This has been a brilliant display, and I am starting to get very excited at what this Dorking side could achieve. Don't forget, 4 or 5 of these still wonder kids, still under 21. But it's given away. Afonso could turn villain. Perez on the right. What an end. Into the box. Oh, it's in. 95th minute. Camavinga scores it. And it's all come from the poor goal kick. The distribution, it really confuses me. There's nothing to tell him to distribute to the flanks. Maybe we have to ask him to give it out short. Because otherwise, we're going to keep doing this. So we're going to go back to normal. But it's too little too late. We have lost 1-0. And it is so undeserved. It's been a brilliant performance. Dorking Wanderers 0, Manchester City 1, but still many positive signs for the future, apart from holding on to a result. Centre kick taken from Coppens. McLaughlin finds Santos, but with 5 seconds left, we're not going to get a chance. It's long down the right, it's given away. Why on earth did we go long there? Again, we've got the shorter passing on, but it falls for Taylor on the left. 2 would be very harsh. Don't let them get a second. McLaughlin nicks it. Lima brings it away. A last chance, perhaps. Coppen's up with him. Lima's going alone, though. Oh, he scored! Ryan Lima! What a goal, son! Continues where he finished off last year. Ryan Lima gives us an equaliser. Who on earth saw that coming? We concede in the 95th minute. We equalise in the 96th. It is Dorking Wanderers 1, Manchester City 1. What a performance, what a result, and a thoroughly deserved point at the end. We're going to tell the lads we're pleased. They really deserve that result. They look delighted, they're building confidence, and hopefully that bodes well for Southampton away. We did struggle early on in the road last season, but this time I feel a different vibe about the club. Let's see what the injury is to Carl Boyce. Only 1 to 2 days, that's fine. So we'll be back in 7 days to play Southampton. Kieran Pollock should make his debut, Boyce should be fit again, and hopefully Ryan Lima will score another screamer. Time for game 2 against Southampton. We've loaned out a couple of youngsters this week, no real noteworthy moments, and a couple of players picked up little knocks, but they're all fit again. So I'm hoping that we can go as close to full strength as possible today. I'm still bedding in a couple of the others, we're not going to go absolutely mad, but Pollock's going to come in at right back for James, who gave away that penalty last time. He will go on the bench though, I think. Maybe we'll replace Ruben Santos, the second central midfielder. Jonsson's going to come into the squad for Nunes. Just wanted to check. It does say he prefers to be on the right. But Carl Boyce, I think, says exactly the same. No, he wants to be on the left. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? So, Carl Boyce will become a deep line playmaker on the left-hand side and Jonsson box-to-box on the right. With that done, we just have to decide whether we change the number 10. McLaughlin had an average game, got an assist against City, so we'll leave him. 6.9, no shame in that at all. Prescott's not fit, so we've not got to think about that. Is there anything else we want to do there? I think we're pretty happy with that. We know Ladori eventually will probably come in, but aside from that, we're basically at full strength. So just the 2 changes is Pollock in at right back. He's coming for Lewis James, who drops to the bench. Unfortunately, Santos drops out the squad. And Jonson in for Nunes, who just switched places in the squad. Into the game we go. It's Southampton v Dorking. And now we find out if we're going to be consistent as well. 4-2-3-1. We're matched up by our opponents. Vinagre's at left back, the Wolves player in real life. They've got a keeper, Malakov, who we've been chasing for years. We thankfully then got a better one in the summer. But he has been a superstar. He went down to the Championship with them and obviously helped them straight back up. He's a very good goalkeeper, but not quite as good as ours. That's the main thing. They've got a lot of regens, a lot of young players, particularly in attacking areas. So this is going to be a very tough test and a very youthful side we're coming up against too. But into the game we go against a side with momentum, a side that have been promoted, and we've got to try and get the result. Can we back up the City performance? Early on, we've got a free kick, just a minute on the clock. Balic delivers. Mertens heads just over. Looks very good in the air. I don't remember his attributes being sensational. Jumping 14, heading 14, and an average height, but he seems to be winning everything. So a good sign early on, and hopefully that will continue. Throwing for Southampton this time. They are getting back into it, the home team, and they cross in here, headed just over again. A half-decent chance at either end early on, but there's not really been any danger to either goal. Southampton have dominated the ball, so we are just going to go positive as Mazzinho's charging down the left-hand side. It's cleared long away, Baker heads up, but it falls for Forrest. He's going down the right, Southampton have a chance here, and we're chasing back with Carl Boyce, but we didn't quite get there. Back to Fane, now Williams-Mott. Oh, that's a great goal. That is a great strike. 25 yards out, no backlift, just delivers it into the corner. They made a hash of his cartwheel, but he's not going to care one bit. That is a great strike. Southampton 1, Dorking 0. And after the brilliant performance against City, there are a lot of worrying signs here. So in terms of stats, we've really come back into it at the end of the half. But they can't have been great chances because we haven't seen them. So that suggests things aren't going perfectly. We're going to tell the lads we expect to see much better. Let's dig into them a bit. They're motivated. Let's see if they react. 5 minutes gone in the second half and it's Baker taking a throw in at the back. Finds Jerome Jonsson. Not had a best game on his first start, but he is keeping the ball moving forward here. Finds Pollock. He's had a better debut. Finds the man in the middle, Boyce. Coppens down to McLaughlin. Into Coppens again. Just beaten to it with a through ball. Wasn't the best ball through and didn't get on the end of it. And now Forrest can counter for Southampton. Oh, he's just skinned a lot. Where's the defence? Where on earth is the defence? He has gone straight through the lot and put it in the far corner. That is woeful defending. We're going to have to ask for a bit of passion, because what on earth was that? There was no one in sight, and an average player in the Premier League has just walked through us, and newly promoted Southampton are making us look quite bad here. Maybe a bit too soon for Europe. Here's Pollock back to Boyce. Into the box. Balic is there. That's a better effort just over. Possibly could have gone left to Mazzino in truth, but he doesn't, and in the end the chance peters out. Here's Gabriel Afonso. Out to the right, finds Ryan Lima. Back inside, he's got Pollock behind him and finds Baker. Pollock again. Coming forward over halfway. Two inside him, but he's going alone so far. And now he's got a man over on the left wing. One of those is Balic. He's got the left back behind him, but Balic keeps it. Oh, it's so slow. Just play the pass. Soriano runs away with it, and Southampton again countering us so easily. Boyce gets out, doesn't block the cross, and Southampton keep possession very comfortably. Here's Williams-Mott. Forrest, who scored that second goal, out to Vinagre. Into the box, Gregory's there. Williams-Mott blocked. Soriano has an open goal. It's 3-0. Oh my words, this is turning into a nightmare. The City performance was brilliant. I mean, it was exceptional. Top class performance. And now we're just throwing it all away. We had this last season. We lost 9-0 against United, 6-1 against Derby. They just kept cropping up occasionally. I mean, I don't know what to say about them. Ladowry's going to come on. McLaughlin's had a poor game. Jonton's going to be replaced by Nunes. And what can we do with a third sub? I mean, Mazzino's had a poor game. Balic has had a poor game. So he'll be replaced by Aaron White. But I don't know what more we can do here. We're getting absolutely outclassed by a side that have come up from the Championship. Here's Cole Boyce. Back into Jonton. And even that pass. I mean, it's a 5-yard pass and it's gone behind him. It really isn't good at all. Here's Jonton again. Finds Pollock. Can we get a goal back? Into Balic. Heads over the bar. How many of them is he going to miss? Ilya Balic, the reason we signed him and the reason he was so good as a young player is because he was great finishing and great in the air. And neither of those are apparent today. It is a terrible performance. We've still had more shots on target, but don't be fooled. Southampton deserve this victory. 10 minutes to go. They've got a corner. Could be 4 here. He's headed down. It is going to be 4. Blocked. Oh, it's a brilliant save. A brilliant save and then a brilliant block. We're going to go attacking. We're going to push forward. Just might as well throw the kitchen sink at it. Because when we've tried to stay defensive, it hasn't helped the goal difference. So let's try and get 1 or 2 at the other end. Crossed in by Soriano. Mertens heads away. And again, we've collapsed. The young side collapses, and that's got to be a worry. A couple of them looking anxious, furious, frustrated. A real balance of poor emotions as the corner comes in. Oh, jeez. Afonso comes for one at his near post, gets nowhere near the ball. I mean, he could not be further away if he'd stayed on his goal line. Soriano beats him to it at the front post, nods in, and Southampton lead 4-0. Do you know what? I was really excited 10 minutes ago after that first game. And we're completely back to the drawing board here. We've lost 4-0 away at Southampton. And it looks like on the road we're going to have a tough season. We lost 9-0 and 6-1 last year on camera. And we've lost 4-0 against a promoted side. A pathetic performance. A terrible way to end the episode. And a lot of work for me to do at Dorking Wanderers this year. We'll go and get to that as quickly as possible. And pick a point where we're next going to be back. In the meantime, if you did enjoy this episode, please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know how there's so much contrast between those two performances. Real Jekyll and Hyde stuff. We were fantastic against City. The euphoria in the 96th minute. That plucky display to a complete collapse once conceding against Southampton. I don't know how to explain it. We'll leave it a little while before we come back. I think maybe the last 2 in October. So we've got Arsenal at home and then Burnley away. There may be a Carabao Cup tie between those though. But if not, that'll be the 2 games we come back for. So let me know in the comments what we can do to address the defensive slide on the road. Generally, we were really solid defensively, even last season. It was just those odd games where we produced absolutely abject performances. And I need to know how to stop them. I know with the young side, you're going to get the odd bad day. You're going to get a bit of inconsistency. But I've been very careful when picking players to try and avoid those. And I'm not quite sure why it keeps happening. But here we go. We had a good first display at home at Craven Cottage, technically home this year. And we'll try and do the same against Spurs next time, or it could be a long season. We've got a Championship banana skin in the FA Cup, so we need to be careful with that one. The Carabao Cup, sorry, second round. And there's a lot to ponder for me off camera. So if you don't want to miss any of the season to see if we recover from that awful defeat, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily content releases on the channel. This one will be back on Wednesday as we try and recover from that start to the season. And in the meantime, we'll have our live stream series tomorrow at 10 AM. Make sure you come and join me live if you're able to. And then 4:30 tomorrow is the head coach series. A big summer transfer special from Germany, our Bundesliga debut season completed. There's also 2 episodes a week from my Cricket 19 career and a weekly episode on Sunday from my Stadium Review series. And if you're a football fan, please do check out the podcast channel as well. I've put the link in the eye above. It has gone nuts the last few weeks. We've got loads of interviews with pros from different clubs at different levels, some coaches as well, some really interesting ones. We've got matchday vlogs from when we were allowed to go to football and some topical episodes as well. So please do give them a try. I really have appreciated your support. And we really do appreciate the growth in the last month or so. So thank you so much again for your support on both channels. And hopefully I'll see you next time as we try to improve on that last performance.